Hello and welcome to the OGIY podcast, episode 13.
Around there.
Today,
Sounds about right.
so today you have me, my host, me, Umar Aslam, and my co-hosts Randy Modula and Peter. What is your last name?
Do?
Lou.
Guten Tag, meine Freundens.
Okay. Well, anyway, so we're all a bit tired, but it's episode 13, and it's just all us three again. So let's go straight into the world news.
Let's do some news.
Yes. So I think the major one right now, other than United States news, because let's not deny this, it's all a fucking shitstorm right now.
Yeah.
But so let's go with the EU. EU considers blocking U.S. tourists due to high COVID infection rates in the United States.
I mean, it makes sense. We flattened the curve and we stopped the infection rate, and then we fucked around and we did a whole bunch of admittedly very economically important protests, or not economically, but socially important protests. And as everyone predicted, even the protesters, everyone got fucking sick again.
The thing is, we never really. Yeah, what, Peter? Peter, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What were you going to say before I interrupted you?
Oh, yeah, no. I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going off what Randy was saying.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
So the thing is, Randy, we never really did flatten the curve. We did, but never reduced, if that makes sense. Even before the protests, because
there was a lot of talk of people oh, okay, we're figuring it out, we're flattening the curve, and we're on a good track. And then we decided this is the moment. We're not gonna put up with this shit anymore. And then we got really sick.
Yeah, because I don't think it's necessarily it's that. But I personally believe it's more so a bunch of Republican states, are trying to reopen the economy. Really, the first ones to open it up. They really didn't enforce.
Yeah, that's probably also a part of it.
Yeah, because the protests, it's only been 2 weeks, and the thing is, we haven't been really getting anything from the protests so far, anything major. It's just mainly we're only getting the side effects of the economy's opening up right now. So I give another 2 weeks before I can say that the protests have definitely done something.
I feel you.
Because it's definitely a given what's going to happen.
I mean, yeah, but even the people that are protesting are look, we get it, we're gonna get sick.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think it's a legitimate issue. Unlike open the economy, where it's that's a different can of worms, really, because it's more not as if you can't. It's just more akin to that most people's jobs rely on the service industry, which has been totally shut down, more or less.
Yeah, no, I know a couple people that have had some difficulties with the shutdown.
Yeah. Anything you have to say, Peter?
I mean, with everything that's been going on, I think EU's doing a smart decision, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear you.
What? Sorry?
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I said the EU made a smart decision to block the US citizens.
Okay. I didn't hear you what you said. You said there's something smart decisions. I was like, wait, who or what? But anyway, what I find the next thing, let's go to Asia, where me and Peter are from.
Jump the map a little bit.
Yes. So anyway, North Korea is about to dropping cigarette butts, trash, and 12 million propaganda posters and pamphlets and such. I mean, the thing is,
we should specify. I don't think they've actually gotten around to it yet.
I know they haven't done it yet. But what's interesting is that the South has been doing it for a while now. Quite recently, and it's it's mostly done by ex-North Korean, I don't know how you would call them, not refugees, but not really expats.
People that have left
defectors,
North Korea and now talk shit about it.
Yeah, more or less, like our exes.
Yeah, North Korea's exes are talking shit.
So they've been actually sending propaganda and USB files of Korean dramas and stuff, using the same method over the North Korean border. And the thing is, North Korea doesn't like it. The South Korean government decided to prosecute the people who are doing it. But more or less, North Korea has cut all contact with South Korea and blew up one of their not South Korea's, but I guess how to describe it as that place the transmissions to talk to the South Korean government, if that makes sense.
The what? Are you talking about they blew up something in no man's land, or what? What
They
exactly did they
they
blow up?
destroyed like some building that had more connections to North Korea and South Korea. Where each government can talk to each other more or less.
Yeah, like
Oh, so
I
they're
get
just
the
saying,
basic
like, fuck.
gist of what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, they just more or less cut off all contact with South Korea, and also they're putting more troops on their border right now as we speak.
Oh, how fun!
Yes.
Yeah.
You thought it was India and China, but no, it's actually the Korea.
Everyone's feeling all
Damn,
tense.
look at this poster.
Can you show it to us?
It's the one in the article.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's one of the articles. It's like the Kim
Hmm.
Jong Un with like 2 nukes in his hand or whatever.
To be frank, that looks like that's from North. Yeah, these are the North Korean defectors who are posting that more or less.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for a few years now, so I think North Korea is just done with that. But also, talking about that whole issue with India and China, India's prime minister said, fuck it, we'll give our soldiers guns and let them use it however they want on the border now.
Huh.
Oh, that's a good move.
Well,
With China.
that'll surely escalate situations.
I call that move fucking around and finding out.
I call that the move I call that the Pakistani move right there, because India's been doing that with Pakistan for a long time as well now.
It's like we're just gonna put
So at
these
this point, instead
here.
of one border
we'll
that's violent,
figure
you
it
have
out.
2 borders that are violent now. Oh boy.
I call that the American way of de-escalating a situation.
Yes, you mean the American way of giving freedom.
Yes.
De-escalation, more like escalation. Am I right?
Yes, thank you, Peter. Very cool. So anyway,
Comedy.
yeah. Anyway, so also in Asia, Japan is right now has been curbing the spread of coronavirus so well that they don't have enough patients to test cures for coronavirus.
Yeah, well, it's because they're not fucking around.
Well, the thing is, the government was, but most of the people were like, this has been a saying, at least in Japanese social media. My understanding is that they're saying right now is the people helped avert the virus, not the government mainly.
Good for them. That's
Ye-
gamer as hell.
Yeah, a lot more gamer than the United States was.
Well, we have some issues we're looking to air.
To be frank, we're the country of Karen, so I mean, I don't know what else you expect.
Yeah, we are. That's kind of us.
Yeah, and Kyle, Karen and Kyle. This is we're just gonna
Those are
stereotype
two
came from.
wildly different stereotypes, but I feel you. I know what you're getting at.
Yeah. Because even though the government didn't do that much, and they were criticized for that heavily, it's just mostly the Japanese society and like I guess culture really just like fuck, we don't want to have this shit happen again.
I feel you.
So yeah, and also, yeah, you ever read that what was that Bible story with Moses? Like he's the one who brought like the locusts to like Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw this.
Yeah. So apparently, the 4th generation of locusts right now in East Africa that are being about to like
There
hatch out
is
the
a
eggs.
fucking plague of locusts.
Yeah, it's just more plague of
Africa.
locusts, and it's 8,000 times more larger and worse than the ones before it.
This is what happens. One person didn't let his people go, and now you're all
Wait.
fucked.
What comes after the plague of locusts?
Well, I mean, famine mainly. If we're actually talking about what actually happens in real life, so mainly
Is that what happens? Is that famine?
No. What comes
of the Bible?
It's darkness for 3 days.
yeah, I think so.
Order of Bible. I'm looking it up. The 10
Yeah,
plagues.
I have it up on Wikipedia right now.
Okay, but let me tell you
wild animals.
let me tell you what's happening in
pestilence,
real life with
hails,
these
locusts.
locusts
It
mainly.
is darkness.
Yeah. So let me explain what's happening in happening right now with the whole locust stuff. So there's about 5 million people who could face starvation with this, especially with stuff like COVID and some of the heavily more affected countries, likely Somalia, and also because of food shortages because of the locusts eating everything. These locusts specifically are probably the most dangerous ones right now because they're called desert locusts, and they're the ones who probably eat the most crops per minute, if that makes sense.
So here's my question: if you're just out and about and you get fucking hit with a swarm of locusts, do they do anything to you, or do they just like fucking buzz?
The locusts, don't my understanding, do not eat meat or like flesh. It's just mostly.
Well, I mean, like, will they like fuck with you? Like, do they do other stuff to people, or is it literally just they'll just go past?
Yeah, like, do they like
I think
bite you?
Just go past. That's my understanding.
Oh,
tight. Good for the locusts, I guess.
Yeah.
Good on them for not like eating you.
That'd be fucking terrifying if locusts worked by like
let me check.
piranhas.
Can locusts eat humans?
Fucking
Can
omnivores.
locusts eat humans?
Oh god.
That would be fucking terrifying. Can you imagine that?
You just
You're
like
just fucking
strip you
ten-
down to the bone within like.
Yeah, you're just tending your yam fields and you just hear out in the distance and then your bones.
Oh man.
Jesus.
So I'm saying nothing but locusts is eating
Scary.
humans.
Yeah, it says it can't, or they don't.
Yeah.
They
Maybe
don't.
corpses, like maybe like dead corpses, but it's
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
like a specific type of locust.
Well, I mean, they definitely can if they tried, but they just don't.
Yeah, no. So actually, some of the common, like how much an average locust swarm can eat is, at least in Kenya or so, like around East Africa, around this area, is about 10 elephants, 25 camels, or 2,500 people.
Wait, they can eat an elephant?
As much.
Oh,
As
okay,
much
okay,
as.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think saying they could eat elephants. I'm like, fucking Christ, locusts.
Oh my god.
What was that?
Chill.
I'm forgetting about a movie, but there was like some sort of like thing where it's like these like locust-esque animals could actually eat you. You know, I forget the name. Was it Aliens or something?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. So
I don't know
anyway,
what you're talking about.
Still fucking stuck on the mental image of locusts boning an elephant. Not boning, you know what I mean?
yes. You see, oh yeah. Imagine like a locust swarm like shaping into a
thank you
drill
for
and then
putting
just
that
start
image in
poking
my
at
head, Randy.
elephant.
Jesus.
God, imagine
You know.
fucking. No,
Imagine that.
Let's emotionally move on.
Boning elephants.
Yes, the most emotionally charged thing known to man. Locust is fucking an elephant.
Right.
Oh Jesus Christ! How would that even work?
Right,
You know what? Let's
Nate.
move on. Let's move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so our next thing is actually before we actually go to you, Randy. I'm just gonna say that we're gonna have an ad in the next few seconds.
Oh, we have an ad?
Yes, ad
This is
segment,
great.
baby.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba, ad time.